We are going to do some cooking tonight because I am hungry and I'm doing something a little odd. I hate spinach. I hate it. But I bought it for making Shiller's famous uh, lasagna. But I bought that phyllo dough. So I am going to make I don't know what it's called, but with spinach and kind of like spinach pie, I guess. I don't know. So that's what I'm craving. So I'm going to make that. So I'll get that started and open up the chat. I do have an announcement. Debbie is here. Awesome. So like I said, I hate spinach, but I'm making spinach pie because I'm wanting like that cheesy, flaky deliciousness. And thank you for liking my glasses. If Mimi's in here, she'll say they're just pink, but they show up really good on TikTok. They're super pretty, really bold color. And thank you so much. I don't know if you guys saw, since you said I have a beautiful smile. This is my first TikTok shop promotion. So check out my TikTok shop. This helps whiten your teeth and kind of takes care of any plaque buildup you might have. It's called pulling oil. And so anyways, we'll get started. And thank you for the compliments. And how was everybody's day today? Today we actually got to go home early, but I had to stay. Today was the latest day I have ever had. We had parent meetings, but because of the situation with the election yesterday, Sarah is here. So everybody got to go home at 2:00. For the children, I did have a meeting for their international travel, but the principal was walking around telling everybody they can go home, except me. I had to go to extra training, and then I had a parent-teacher conference till 4:30, and finally the principal's like, you got a dog you got to let out. Go ahead and go home. So, but our big news is a lot of you guys suggested Iceland. So I will have a price quote for you in the next day or two, but we have a tentative date right now for March 28th through April 3rd. So if you guys would like to be part of our little travel group where we get to meet new friends and just have a lot of fun, Iceland is where we are going. So that is our first trip. I'm also working on Costa Rica, but that'll be a while. So if you want to travel with us, comment me where I'm in. And all the way in Ohio. I'm in Michigan. Good to have you here. So let me go ahead and get started. So this is my, let's see how it turns out recipe. I'm going to start with some ricotta cheese. I have no idea how you make spinach pot pie, but this is how I am going to make it. And so ricotta, I bought this for her grandma's lasagna, and we're going to go ahead and make our own little recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out probably, let me start the oven. We'll do, I don't know. We'll do 375. So we got that heating up. And what are the dates? March 28th through April 3rd. March 28th through April 3rd. And I'll have the exact price quote, but they do have a payment plan. And yeah, we're on track. Sarah's planning on going. I'm going. And oh my goodness, all these comments. You have to wait till Thanksgiving. Naughty. Phil is here. Phil, good to have you here. So I did about, I don't know, 2 cups. I don't know, 2 cups. We'll do 2 cups. All right, so we got the ricotta cheese in there. If you need to, you can use cottage cheese instead. I like ricotta a little bit better for this kind of stuff. And let me know how everybody's day was going. Hello, Cynthia. Good to have you here. And yes, I am Cynthia Shiller, and good to have you. All right, so you got my spinach. I don't know how much of this spinach, but I defrosted this. It's still kind of frozen. I'm going to kind of squeeze out some of the juices. I'm going to add an egg to kind of solidify it, but we can open up the topic to whatever you guys, it's going to be cold. We can open up the topic to whatever you would talk about. The topic I picked today was, should we notify the new supplier or even just warn other people of the narcissist? I am 6'1", I look super tall when I'm cooking in the kitchen. But yeah, 6'1". There we go. There's a lot of juice in there. Um, I'm not that loud. Okay, I'm talking quiet. Let me see what I can do. Oh, thank you. All right, is this better? Before I do anything else, Debbie, is that better? Let me check my sound. Thank you. I love it when you guys help with. No. Okay. Gosh, I can't tell. There we go. I don't know. Debbie, relog in. That might help. Relog in and tell me if that's better. Phil, can you hear me okay? Ronnie is here. Ronnie Casab from elementary school. Good to have you here. And yeah, I'm just making chicken or spinach like they have at Olga's. Have you guys ever had it at Olga's? That's what I'm craving. So Debbie, you might want to re-log in because everything is completely turned up. Got my microphone right there. I just did a podcast. Let me make sure this is on. Yeah, everything on my end should be okay. Am I a teacher? Yes. How'd you know I was a teacher? Is this a cooking show? No, I'm just hungry. I'm kind of doing a little bit of both. I do a lot of stuff that deals with mental health, mental illness. I have a channel on YouTube, and just for the live chats, it's something for you guys to kind of watch as you guys decide what you want to talk about. I don't have to talk about cooking, it's just something for you to watch. But the topic I picked too, a lot of my viewers have been through narcissistic abuse. And what grade do I teach? Right now, I am teaching English as a second language at the local high school, ninth through 12th grade. So I've only been teaching high school for about 3 years now. I've taught at the college level, taught criminal law. And did I dunk a basketball? Yeah, on a shorter basket. I was chased down at college. They're like, we'll give you a scholarship. I did cheerleading in college. I was taller than the guys on my team, but they offered me a scholarship. I'm like, I'm just tall. All right, so we squeezed out all the juice. There's at least a cup of juice in there. So I'm gonna put it in my hands and squeeze it out even more. So my hair's probably getting in this, but it's just for me. Um, do we have to practice lockdowns? Yes, we do. We do fire drills, tornado drills, lockdowns, and yeah, I was teaching in, or I'm sorry, I was working at Lincoln College of Technology down in Tennessee, and I had previously worked at Christian school, third and fourth grade. So I go home from the college. I just had worked there 6 days. And I get a call from the Christian school teacher, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I thought what she was talking about was there was that kind of incident somewhere out in like either Oklahoma or Arkansas. So I thought she was talking about that. But 6 days into working at Lincoln College of Technology, there was a um, yeah, one of those. And it was 20 minutes after I left, 200 feet from where my car was. So I had just missed it. So, I'm telling myself, this can't happen. It will happen some places, but not where I'm at, but within 6 days. So it's real to me. Do I date men that are shorter than you? Well, every man is shorter than me. So if I want to date, I have to. I think I've only dated two guys, no, three guys that were taller than me. So usually they're right about my height, give or take an inch. Um, are you allowed to let me kids out of your classroom when you are on lockdown, no matter what? No, nope, not at all. So if they have to go to the bathroom, they're gonna have to wet themselves. They are not allowed out under any circumstances, and we can't let kids in. So if you have a straggler out in the hall, you can't open the door for them. They're very strict in that. All right. So yeah, that's the day and age that we're living in. Debbie, are you back? Can Debbie hear me? So, oh my goodness, have I ever kissed a girl? No, but that's a good song. Oh, all these questions. Oh my goodness. I kissed my mom on the cheek. Does that count? It is better now. Okay, good. Did logging relogging in help? Debbie says I'm back. I can hear you. Good. So sometimes if you guys have problems, let me get these cameras a little bit closer. But so yeah, that's part of the reason too that sorry, these tripods are not forgiving. Um, that the mental health with the students too. You know, we had COVID and a bunch of different stressors going on now with that. So Ronnie, what's your favorite food? Let's see what Ronnie's favorite food. Maybe I'll make that one day. Not really. Okay. Thank you for the follow. So I'm using a finely cut Italian where it has low moisture, whole milk, mozzarella, not smoked provolone, and Romano cheeses. I do not like smoked foods. Not crazy about like hickory smoked whatever. Yeah, I just like the natural flavor. Don't have to get all fancy. So probably we'll use just a cup. It's about a cup. I think this is a 2-cup package. And I wanted to add an egg. See, Ronnie, I cook. I know, I'm still single, but I cook. All right, so we got that going. I'll kind of help solidify it. And Jakey, ooh, late night cooking. I'm hungry. I hate spinach, but I'm making spinach pie because for some reason I want the cheesy goodness and the flaky feel. Is it fila or phyllo dough? I don't know. I just felt like having it, so it should be okay. I like the spinach in my grandma's lasagna that I'll be making. Sarah, do you want to come out this next Saturday if you can? I know you got stuff going on, but if you're available, I'm making a taco meal for 2 birthday friends. So I need to clean my glasses. All right, so we're stirring that up. I don't even know how to put this together, but it should be good. You're starving. What kind of foods do you like? Because I was doing a bunch of turkey recipes for leftover turkey. I was using the rotisserie chicken that I deboned because they're only $3 at Gordon Food Service between 4 and 6 o'clock, which I think is a great deal. Jakey says Italian and Mexican and like home style. I feel ya. Same here. I'm not too crazy about Mexican other than like nachos and tacos. I do not like refried beans. Nothing beans, nothing salsa. But I like, I like some of it. I went to my first, it's right here. I went to my first quinceañera and they gave me this. That was last weekend. Um, they had some good food. It was, I think, pork, but it was really good. You like salsa music, but the dip is kind of spicy. There you go. I just did my dance class. What day is today? Yesterday, and we did this salsa and was it barat? I don't know. We did that other one, baracha. Yeah, I never remember that one. That's a new one. I used to teach ballroom dance at Arthur Murray's when I was 17 years old. Can you get a bite? Of course. Of course you can. And I don't know. I want more cheese. I want more cheese. This is still frozen, so we'll just do that. That's good. Perfect. All right, so now I don't know what I'm doing. We're learning as we go, but it should. Tacos sound great. Yes, come on over next Saturday if you can. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. You can spend the night if you want, Sarah. I had a dance studio, tanning salon, and gift shop, also nationwide cheer clinics. So yes, but I don't do that now. I used to teach aerobics. It's kind of funny. I modeled for Living Well Lady, and my first bathing suit modeling, and so I'm modeling their pool. And they made posters, and I swear the next day they went out of business. It's kind of funny. It's like, was it because of my poster? So yeah, tacos. We're gonna have tacos. So here, I'm gonna tell you how to pronounce it. Yeah, it is phyllo dough. Phyllo dough. But here, you can make baklava and pizzas. And what are we supposed to put it on? Don't know how hot. 375. I got it right, guys. Jakey says, "Ha, I say you could have saved them if they would have called you earlier." There you go. Right there you go. I like the way you think. It was their fault for not calling earlier. We'll add a little bit. I wanted fresh Parmesan. This has a little bit, but we'll spice it up a little more. Not crazy about this brand, but there you go. All right, so I'm going to spray. Debbie, you know I like my spray. All right. Actually, when you use a glass pan, you should turn it down about 25 degrees. But I think it'll be okay. I'm hungry. It'll cook quicker. All right, so here's our phyllo dough. And it just comes in a sheet. Oh, many sheets. Look at that. I think there's 9 sheets. So it's really thin. What am I doing? I don't know, guys. So we're gonna there we go. Ooh, it's super thin. How do I do this, guys? I don't know what I'm doing. This is real thin. Are you supposed to keep it together? We'll do, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna put 3 down. I don't know. This is not how I planned on making it. 3 down. And I'm gonna put some of this stuff in it. I'm gonna roll it up. I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. And just roll it. Does anybody know how to do this? All right, so we'll do that one that way. I don't know. By layering it like lasagna, I almost did, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm layering it like where you got like 3 layers of the dough and rolling it up. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. So do 3. I don't know. Oh, there's so many of these. How am I supposed to do it? I am not doing like 15 layers. Oh, I don't know. Okay, it'll be nice and flaky. I don't. These are different. I've used these before. We'll do it this way. I don't know. Where it's kind of like, have you ever had the apple turnovers at like Arby's? So that's what I've done before. I don't know why this is so different. My parents had bought some phyllo dough before, and I made it with like Nutella, or you can do apple like filling, apple pie filling. And so we'll see how this turns out. It'll be all right. But I don't remember it being like this. So just rolling it up. Here we go. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and maybe do an egg wash on top of it, kind of help it brown. We are experimenting today. That's how you know it's home cooking. Sarah, am I doing this right? All right, so here we go. These are what I did. And they are stuffed, so we should have several layers of flakiness. Okay, here we go. I used to make like homemade pretzels and bagels, and when you put that egg wash, it helps it brown. All right, so I'm just going to stir it up with this. Am I supposed to drain off the egg yolk? I can't remember. Or, I mean the egg white. I don't think so. I think you use a whole egg. And just brush it on. Could put some like, this should taste buttery. What do you guys think? You think it's going to turn out okay? I hope so, because I'm hungry. Trust those instincts. Yes, that is what I am trying to do. I have no idea how long to cook it. Thinking maybe 25 minutes to a half hour. All right, there we go. Yes or no on more Parmesan cheese on top? I'll let you guys tell me that. Parmesan cheese on top or not? I don't know. I've only like taste tested the spinach pie from Olga's. So I've only had like 2 or 3 bites in my life. I have no idea why I'm on this right now, but I do. But I do. I was gonna make some ham and cheese wraps, but I decided to do this instead. Craving my ricotta cheese. Let me just put this stuff away, and then I can sit down and chat with you guys as that cooks. All right, did you guys give me some advice on the Parmesan cheese? Oh, guys, I can't make my own decision. Debbie, help me out. Yes or no? Parmesan cheese on top or not? I'm waiting. Hello, Chris. Good to have you here. I'm making spinach pot pie, and I want to know if I should put. Yes, please ruin the woman's meal. So I will take that. No, don't add it. Good to be here. Nice to have you. What else do I have? Garlic, so I could put seasonings on everything bagel, garlic salt. Could leave it plain, could put cheese on top. Just cook it like this. What else do I have? I don't know. Teeny, that's fine. Just like this. Just like this. All right, I'll put it in if that's what you mean. That's fine. Add cheese. Okay. Real cheese, regular cheese, or Parmesan cheese. You guys are helping me. It's an interactive live, so you guys can help take some accountability off of me in case it doesn't turn out. Real cheese. All right. This has the Parmesan and Romano, so it's just frozen. That's the only problem. Okay. You know what I do like? I like Hungry Howie bread. What they got? My friend worked there. She made the best Hungry Howie bread. Yeah, good call. Good call on the real cheese. Good call. All right, so now these look like Subway buns. What's everybody's favorite stuff from Subway? I usually get the just the Italian. For what is that? For being an old lady, you can still get it. Thank you. I thought you said so. No, I did not say that. All right, so here we go. There we go. We are putting it in. We'll get Mr. Moo to help us. Let me wash my hands. Set the timer for about 25 minutes. Perfection. It looks good. It looks like it might turn out. I have no idea. I thought about putting like garlic. I don't like smelling like garlic. I like the taste of garlic. So I just went without. But garlic would have been good in there too. Some garlic salt. Here we go. All right. So I'm gonna sit down and chat with you guys. So we do have some more people joining in, and as far as the travel, we are thinking, well, we already got Sarah on board. She's really interested, and let me know if you guys would like to go to Iceland with us. March 28th through April 3rd. That's what we're working on now, a little meet up and greet. So, all right, so here we go. We'll set the timer. 25 minutes with Mr. Moo. and he's pretty reliable. So thank you for liking the live. I am cooking. I have no idea why I am cooking spinach pie. I hate spinach, but I'm craving it. So maybe that's my body telling me I need more. What's that? Iron? Could be. I don't know. Just needs more food. I really didn't eat today. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it. And if not, I don't know. I still have some leftover from the turkey tetrazzini, but that chicken pot pie we made together is gone. And also the apple crisp. This would have been really good with apple pie filling. There is no doubt on that one. I need some travelers with me. I need you guys to meet up and so, as long as you're in the United States, we can get it organized where we can get your flight out and meet up in Iceland, or we'll either be flying out of Detroit or Chicago. But if you guys are in California, Texas, wherever you are, we can still accommodate. And be nice to know what your favorite travel place is that you've been to. You'd like to go back. I'd like to go back to China. I have a business visa there, which it's kind of hard to get. So that's why we picked Iceland. So if you guys would like to go, type I'm interested and we'll proceed. We will proceed. We just need 6 people. I'm planning on hopefully having several people. Sarah says I need to renew my passport. That's why I want to get this set up ASAP so we can get those passports renewed or ordered, and it'll be a trip of a lifetime. I promise you that is so beautiful. And I'll share the itinerary. You have actually never left the country. Well, now is your chance. It's a reasonably priced trip, and the hotel, airfare, and a good portion of the food and the itinerary, the different activities. So it might be something to think about. Get to meet me in person and meet Sarah. Sarah, I'm hoping will come over soon and where you can kind of see her. Maybe she'll do a podcast with me or a live. And yeah, exciting things happening. So that's what I'm working on. But Jakey, do you want to leave the country? I went to college. I went to 9 different colleges and I studied sign language and I took all I could in Michigan at that time. The only other place was Sarah is typing yes. Sarah is in. Anybody else in? Let me know because I will be marketing this and I can't wait to meet you guys. We have a great group of people. Jake says, meaning I'd like to come back. What? Well, I'd like to do a round trip. I love it. All right, all right. I will make sure your ticket is round trip. I think I might do that too. That's cute. Yes, it is round trip airfare. Unless you do something wrong, then you might be stuck there. But that'd be so neat to meet you guys. And always get me to try to say that. So yeah, that's why we got to go home early because of the election results were different that when what our students we had. What do we have? Like 90% approval rating for her. And so with the immigration stuff, some of our kids are kind of scared. And even when I went to do the training over at the middle school, they had a rough day with some of the foreign students. So it's a scary time for them. But yeah, I know I've seen a lot of people posting on the division between people and how politics can sometimes damage relationships. So we only have control as far as our vote, our own personal vote, and then after that, we're kind of at the mercy of whatever happens. So we can make the best of it, but keep the people that mean something to you. They don't always have to agree. It is okay to disagree, and sometimes it's okay to have topics that are off limits. I had to do that with one of my friends to kind of keep some sanity because if you guys are going to continue to disagree, There's no use arguing your point. And John, good to have you here. We are cooking. We got Mr. Moo counting down when I pull that who knows what spinach pie out of the oven. It's my own little, I guess this will work recipe. I think it'll be good. I think so. Meaning I'd like to come back. I love that. So, but John's joining. So, John, we're planning a trip to Iceland. March 28th through April 3rd. Sarah is in, and I'll be there. And we're just going to keep growing and doing hopefully 2 or 3, maybe 4 trips a year if we can get that going. But I need your support. I need your support to make that happen. So, um, but as far as the topic for today, as far as should we tell the new supply about like the abuse from the narcissist? And sometimes, you got to really think about your intention behind it, because a lot of times the narcissist will come, like 5, 10-fold back on you. So it's going to upset them. And we got to pick our battles. So the new supply, they're probably not going to believe you anyways. They're going to think you're the jealous ex or trying to seek revenge. Chris says, I try to warn others about me. So Chris, did you say you feel like you are a narcissist or you've been diagnosed? So Chris has been really open and honest about his mental health struggles. So we appreciate having you here. And what do people think? And that's the thing, is the narcissist will Sarah says, I'll be talking to you about it in the next couple of days. Yes, yes. And I'll have a breakdown of the different things that we'll do and the cost. So yes, Sarah, definitely. And you guys can share it with some of your friends. You can bring your friends along too. It's not just people who go through my YouTube, TikTok, Facebook channels. It's kind of like a nice little community we're building. So yes, we are here to welcome you, Chris, and learn from you. You can learn from us too. And it's the honesty that's important. So yes, you were diagnosed, you mean? Um, so what was I going to say? A lot of times the narcissist will kind of tell on themselves, and they do it either in a joking way. Sometimes they'll straight up say, look, I'm not good for you. And we're like, oh, you're so silly. Of course you're perfect. And they're like, no. And we don't want to believe what they say. We brush it off sometimes. And that's kind of reinforcing to them that we're not going to listen. They'll tell the truth. And when they tell the truth, we don't listen. So why are they going to keep telling the truth? Can I ask you something, Chris? If you are a narcissist, you probably tend to lie a lot. Do you lie for fun or to manipulate? Can you self-reflect on the times that you've lied, what your purpose was? To hide shame? Because there's all different reasons, and narcissists aren't the only ones that lie, Um, so you would like that. I'm kind of thinking, and sometimes it's hard to open up about things. If you're ever not comfortable, it is okay to tell me. I'd rather not talk about that. You've never been diagnosed. Okay. Um, they say that a person who considers that, ooh, maybe I'm a narcissist, like, oh, you thought about it, you're not. There's a spectrum with narcissism, and you'll see like cluster B milkshake and nameless narcissist, raw motivation, that they have this epiphany sometimes, or they always felt that something might be off. Even, yeah, I said nameless narcissist. Closest I have come is schizoid. Okay. He is really good. So you might not be. You might not be. Um, so does that not fit what you feel, the schizoid, with like the bipolar and anxiety? You might not be. Oh, nameless narcissist. Nameless narcissist is really good. He is really good. I'll give him that. I get a kick out of it though. Like, I'm not a narcissist, but like all the narcissists are doing better than I am. So, but it's interesting too. Um, I think a lot of us want to kind of understand their brain, but we need to understand our own brain and our healing, what works for us, and take some time, get to know what the narcissist is all about. But after that, it is time to focus on ourselves as far as how do I get rid of this brain fog? How do I get rid of the depression, the anxiety? Um, Sheldon Cooper. Yeah. Actively avoids it. The only reason I say that about schizoid is that that is someone who doesn't want intimacy. Um, Now, Sheldon Cooper is a fictional character. I would, Sarah, what do you think? What Third Rock from the Sun, or I don't know what show that's from. What show is that? I don't know what it's called. I've seen it. But I love being around people who I'm comfortable with. Big Bang, Big Bang. Yes. Okay, so Big Bang. You're right. Um, like I had to tell you, you're right. You probably already knew that. Um, I would say he's somewhat like autistic, though. Uh, Sorry, what was the question? How's your day going? Oh, why do I lie? Yes, yes. What makes you lie? And some of the things you said, like avoiding the intimacy. A lot of narcissists like physical intimacy. They just don't like the emotional intimacy. And um, I know sometimes people with autism, they might have sensory issues or they might want their own personal space. They like routine. Sometimes when you get closer to someone, it's not as routine or comfortable. So why does I don't know, because you are pretty self-aware of what some of your struggles are. Chris says I don't feel like I lie on purpose. Yeah, physical intimacy is good, but emotional intimacy has always been hard. And emotional intimacy can be hard for a lot of us. Just being vulnerable. If it's the healthy relationship, you get a little bit of empathy, you get a little bit of peace, but when you're with a toxic person, they kind of ramp you up. You get that anxiety, the butterflies, like something is just a little bit off. Sometimes you don't even know why. So the comfort isn't there to open up, and would cost $3,000, and all it would give me is the ability to go on disability. So, yeah, and what's crazy is I wish they would do like a brain scan, because $3,000 for personality inventory or some psychological evaluation, there's times you can just see a lot that's going on in the brain, which wouldn't help unless I was not working. Yeah, is it worth giving up your career for what does disability get, about 1,600 a month, and it probably varies based on, I know in the military, I know somebody on full disability, he makes like, I don't know, 3,600 a month. But I think most is around like 1,600. 360. Oh, you want a 360? Once I get my 500 heart pulse, I'll do a 360. And Chris is in Australia. Plus, I got to take it in 12 minutes. I got to check on my uh, spinach pie. So in 12 minutes, unless I get my 500 heart pulse. So just hang in there, hang in there. Chris says they have cracked down a lot on people receiving the pension. Yes, I'm a teacher. Our situation changed too, to where what's it called? Pension plus, where it's like a 401k plus somewhat of a pension, but not that many jobs in America have pensions like they used to. So yeah, my job has the pension plus. So you had to work there for at least 10 years to be eligible for it. And if not, you don't get it. So I got 7.5 more years. So trying to see, will I make it? Unless you guys help me. I did say if you guys help me grow, I can quit my job, and I'd do social media like 10 hours a day for you guys. be available for you and do some more traveling. So the lying. Yes, we got some procrastination going on. Oh my God, you're under universal. What universal? I don't know what that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Chris says your procrastination. I'm actually at work. LOL. Okay, I'll take that. Are you lying? No. I'll believe you. I don't know what you mean by that statement. So, you trying to insult me? My brain doesn't process insults. I'm not sure what you mean. Hmm, that's kind of good. It's like our, I don't know. Um, but as far as warning people, if it's like a severe, life-threatening situation, yeah, I would definitely suggest doing that. But also watch your own back, and you know, just present it. Don't argue the point. A lot of times they won't believe you anyways. But if it's not like dire straits where you notify them, um, I'd stay out of it because, you know, the worst of this was marrying a U.S. citizen and then 8 years later divorcing her. She came here for me. What caused you guys to divorce? I have initially gone into intimate relationships feeling attracted, and then over time, I will lose that and eventually break up. That happens a lot. They have that cycle, the devaluation cycle. What is it that you lose attraction from? Does it seem like she starts getting like a nag, or her physical appearance isn't as appealing to you, or it's just kind of like same old, same old? And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. You are sweet. And it's starting to smell really good in here. She came over here for me. Well, Chris is going to share his story. Yeah. So, what causes that devaluation stage? So, in narcissists, a lot of times it could be something just superficial. You know, sometimes, pregnancy or weight gain, or even just losing too much weight in their eyes, a haircut. Maybe you colored your hair a different color that they don't like. Sometimes they will have this, if you talk about like Sam Backman, he is well renowned. He supposedly is the father of narcissism. He's been diagnosed twice with narcissistic personality disorder. And he says there's like a snapshot of like a certain place and time where the narcissist idealized you, also what they feel that you are. And it's almost like they can't shake that. They have this image of you. And if it doesn't match up, um, they have a lot of struggles going on. So Chris continues saying, yeah, in my marriage, it was physical intimacy and physical attraction. And a lot of times that's what it is. So that attraction is due to the physicality, and they don't develop those true relationships a lot of times because of the lying or the being dismissive, that the bond isn't there. And I kept looking for indicators that she had no libido or attraction to me, and kept complaining about it to friends and therapists, not in a malicious way. Now, in hindsight, do you think that she had diminishing libido over time where her sex drive went down? We have to remember too, like women are beautiful creatures. We have, cycles that we go through. Sometimes there are certain times you might get a yeast infection or cramps, or haven't used the bathroom in a while, so it might be uncomfortable. Hormones can affect it, and aging. So there's a lot of factors that go in. In hindsight, there were issues that were there, um, but she was working on them. And what kind of issues? Physical issues or like emotional? Sometimes traumatic pasts can cause fear in the woman, or lack of trust, or like they might shut down. Emotional. Okay. And women are pretty emotional when it comes to like physical intimacy and physical. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you got both of those going on, and the aging process, they say men get more refined and women don't. So sometimes you get like self-esteem issues that could cause something. So you gotta be real careful, to always build your partner up, not make them feel less than, and encourage them instead of discourage them. There's positive ways to help people, but yeah. How long were you with her? How long were you married? And you guys can also open up the conversation. I can handle more than one conversation at a time, but we're enjoying Chris sharing his story. In hindsight, I didn't give her emotional support, the mental load of the relationship. Let me think. 4 years, long distance relationship. Long distance relationships are hard too. How often did you get to see her? 8-year marriage. Okay, so it was 4 years long distance, and you were married for 8 years. And was it good until? Isn't that interesting? That's like kind of textbook. Usually around year 7, but during the divorce process, it takes up to 8 years. You visited occasionally. Hmm. Was there some hope that you guys would be living together more? Were you, because sometimes two people are like, okay, we have long distance relationship once we get married. Um, what is it that is bothering my hands? The soap I used. What did I use to wash my hands? Oh, my hands are really dry. They feel like, I don't know. You visited occasionally. That's an interesting statement. During your marriage, I visited for a few months in 2011 for work. But what about when you were married? Were you living together when you were married? No, before. Okay, okay. I was like, my goodness. Um, Living together. So sometimes too, though, is when you have those long distance relationships, you haven't developed the amount of time that you spend together, the good days, the bad days, and after the wedding, we were together. Okay, that's good. Um, were there any traumatic events or lifestyle changes, buying a new home, financial difficulties that might have happened because of a new situation? Um, Sometimes those little things kind of throw the relationship off balance. But yeah, we bought a home. Sometimes that can be stressful. You think, oh, this is going to be great, and things are going pretty well. And do you think it was you losing attraction to her that caused it, or you think it was like a mutual? Um, when the relationship fell apart, you said kind of went through that devaluation stage. So it was mutual. Um, and then when you guys ended it, did you just part ways kindly, or did you argue a lot? Were you able to, work things out? What is my reaction to Trump winning? Hmm. I try not to share political stuff just because, yeah, I want you guys, I didn't share before the election because I wanted you guys to decide your own thing. And moving forward, Trump is in office, and we can't change it. If you wanted to change it, if you're happy about it, then, but yeah, I know it's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. We'll put it that way. So you can share how you feel. You can share how you feel. I try not to because the social media presence. I don't want to sway you guys one way or the other. We didn't really argue as such. She just accepted it. Yep. And that's kind of like the lack of boundaries, to where she was like a people pleaser trying to keep the peace, and over time that wears on you. And So moving forward, hopefully, a lesson learned is we got to kind of check in with our person and ask those necessary questions. How are you feeling about the relationship? Is there anything you would like me to do different, or can I do something more for you? And check in with your people. A lot of us get complacent. So let's check on this. When you say soul survivor, what do you mean? So our soul is like inside us, like soul. And like if you've been through narcissistic abuse, it can crush your soul. It can make you um, kind of lose yourself. And so when you get your soul healthy and happy again, you are a survivor. So we get out of that victim mentality, like Chris says, I've just gone through, and thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I have just gone through life as a wrecking ball. So, Miley Cyrus? Um, is it usually targeted? And that's a pretty profound statement. So, thank you for sharing that. So, you are the one kind of wrecking other people. Is it usually targeted at women? And can I ask what your relationship with both of your parents, your father and your mother, were they together? Let's dive deeper. And like I said, if you're not comfortable with ever sharing anything, you don't have to. Yet still have a huge victim mentality. So, you know, uh, no, I know you're not Miley Cyrus, but she has that Wrecking Ball song. And you enjoy my reactions? Well, thank you. And I think that's what it says. Yes, reactions. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Oh, I think so. What do you think, guys? Let me pull it out. Check it out. Debbie, good call on the cheese. What do you think? There we go. It smells so good. Your mother was at peace at all costs, is how she raised you. Oh my gosh, guys, this smells good. All right, let's pull this out. See, Sarah, when you come, you're going to know where everything in the kitchen is. All right, I want which piece? Okay. It's super flaky. Let me try to show it to you guys. All right, so there you go. There we go. That's what it looks like. It's steaming. I know the camera's not the best. There we go. But it should be cheesy. I have a salt addiction. I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt on top. So your father is gone now. He was a good man. Your mother was peace at all costs. How does she handle the peace at all costs? What's the cost? There were issues with my mother leaving the family early in my life, but she came back and I was stable. Yeah, it should be good. You didn't think we could hang out because I'm country music singer and kind of wild. Oh, do a podcast with me. Write me a song and I'll let you go live with or do a podcast with me. Thank you for the follow. I'm cute. I appreciate that. So, all right. So this is nice and hot. I'm gonna take my jacket off. So, your mother keeping when your mother kept the peace at all costs, did she separate you from the situation to where you didn't talk it through? Like what was her way of handling it? So yes, she wanted the peace. Probably sounds like she was teaching either avoidance or people pleasing. That's usually how that works. And thank you for liking the live. I don't know how hot this is. All right. Taste test. We'll see. And Eva, I am saying your name correctly. We were able to make some phone calls. checking into some different situations. And how did it go today? So Eva is in a situation where she needs to find different housing. I like the really long natural hair. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 6'1", so it's actually really long, but I have a long torso, so it just looks long instead of really long. But thanks. Chris says, yeah, it was mainly letting my sister get her way, and me and my father had to give in. Do you have resentment towards that? Sometimes you might resent females because of that. You're like, anytime maybe your wife express things, you're like, Predicts delish. All right, let's see. This needs to be a recipe. This is really good. And I hate spinach. I hate spinach, but I love this. All right, so let's see the way I wrapped it, though. It's going to be hard to eat. But this stuff, I love the filo dough because it's like so flaky. Are you saying that this is hot? You're making me do a little puzzle. Okay. So this is really good. Haha, that's amazing. Perhaps, I hope I don't. Yeah, sometimes doing that self-reflection and sometimes even asking the person. That's why it's good to check in along the way. So we can see, you know, she might share like, look, you cut me off when we do, you know, when I try to share stuff. So yes, this turned out so good. How do you eat dinner at 1 a.m.? It's only 12 a.m. here. I haven't eaten yet. I had to work late, work till 4:30, and I was super exhausted. So I took a nap and then I talked to my friend Sarah, who is live on Facebook with me right now, and took my shower. And so, yeah, I would have eaten like an hour ago, but I decided I'd cook with you guys. You see a lot, what? I can tell you I see a lot. What do you mean? What do you see? So, yeah, just a busy day. Like I said, everybody else was allowed to go home at 2 p.m. and I had to work till 4:30. I had training at the middle school. Nobody else did that. I'm the only English as a second language teacher at the high school. So my situation's different than the other teachers, different requirements. Sisters, hello to you. We just got done making spinach pie, which is so good. And I hate spinach, but this is so good. Kind of healthy, kind of super hot, but I hope you guys don't mind that I'm eating. Gives me more time to spend with you guys. What is happening and when is it happening, on and on? So as far as like the travel, we're setting up a trip to Iceland so we can meet in person. If you guys would like to join us, I'll be coming in the next day or two with more information, but we have a trip going out March 28th through April 3rd to Iceland. And Sarah's going with me. I'm going. And just type I'm in if you would like to go. It's not a full commitment till I get the paperwork to you guys, but if you're interested, let me know. Sister says finding out a friend is fake. Yeah, that can be real hurtful. So is that what you're going through right now? Jakey says, yeah, it's still blowing my mind that you hate spinach but followed through with this craving. I don't know. I know I'm not pregnant, but I don't know. And I did say that I do like the spinach in my grandma's lasagna. That's why I bought it. That's the only time I ever buy spinach. Like I was, I think like 38 years old, and I go to Subway and I'm like, can I ask you a dumb question? I'm like, what is that? And they're like, it's spinach. Like I didn't even know what spinach looked like unless it was like smushed up, like Popeye type spinach. And I see a lot of you guys joining. You're sorry. Why are you sorry? So the other thing that's going on is we are just talking. Jakey says he feels that he might be a narcissist. He's had a therapist discuss him being schizoid. We're talking about his divorce and what makes him lie. Also, we have Eva joining. If you guys have any suggestions on how to get low-income housing in a rush, she is on some waiting lists, but it's not being too productive. She's in a situation that is not a good situation, and she would like to leave and has limited options, limited funds. So let me know some survival things that you guys have learned. And what do you think she's jealous of, sisters? This was worth it just for the crust. I almost pulled out the apple pie filling and made one spinach pie and then one apple thing. So I got to figure out, they must have two different types. This is like super layery. The other one wasn't quite like this. It was not sheets. It was more together. So I'll see. This worked out fine though, but next time I'll see if the other style that my parents bought was better, I think. She told me once, okay. I don't understand why. Sometimes it's just maybe you're more outgoing than her, or people are more attracted to you to talk to you, or jealous of the way you look. There's so many different aspects. Give out top ramen and send them in the way. We had this Umami, I think is what it's called, like a ramen place. John is here. Hello, good to have you here. We just got done making my spinach pie, and Jakey is proud of me for, even though I hate spinach, I decided that I would eat it. I was craving it. I have no idea why I was craving something that I hate. We literally have the exact same cabinets. Oh, we are soulmates. There you go. Chris says, I have lied or overemphasized in the past to get attention. And was it to distract or just, and what kind of attention? What kind? Physical or emotional? Probably physical. Sheer bravery. I'm doing it though. I knew I would like this part though. And the filling did turn out really good. So I might actually be a healthy person. Might feel better tomorrow. Calibri. Check it out. Check it out, Calibri. So here we go. This is what I made today. It's like a spinach pie. Ooh, and I don't like spinach. Calibri, I think you like seafood. I don't like seafood. That I'm not going to go. I am not going to do a seafood thing. But how you doing? It is good. It's really, really good. So Calibri, announcement. We are setting up a trip March 28th through April 3rd to go to Iceland. So if you want to do a meet and greet, that's where our first one is. So I told you guys when I would get to a certain amount of followers, and I didn't quite make it yet on YouTube, but I did on TikTok. So I got my 5,000 subscribers. Are you wearing heels? I'm not. I'll show you what I'm wearing. There. Can you see? I don't know. So just wearing boots. But yeah, no, I'm 6'1". Did you see that one lady? She's on TikTok. She is 6'10". How's it going, Dixie? What's going on? You good? That's good. You want to try it? Okay, Dixie likes it. So Chris says, Calibri, that is happening to me now. Calibri says it's advisable to observe the narcs in the background, let them out themselves, which they will. And so Chris, is kind of struggling. He says he is schizoid according to a therapist, but kind of feels he might be a narcissist. And he even said, I tell him myself, and we have to listen to what people say. When they say, you know, I'm not going to treat you right, or you're too good for me, all those kind of things are little hints. Also, like Cleve said, just observe. And so, no heels. Thank you. They're super comfortable too. Thank you for the sweet boots comment. Got a lot of people joining. I like to wear boots. That's part of it too, is being so tall. It's hard to find jeans. These are actually kind of long enough that I'm wearing, but it's really nice. I grew up in the 80s where you had your flash dance stuff, so I was able to wear like leg warmers, and then how we wore the socks over our pants. That helped a lot too. Cleve says, thanks for the invite. However, I'm tired of taking care of my kitty. I'm tied to taking care of my cat. She's my baby. I made a mistake of blurting out that the narcs in the building to an unsuspected guy. Eventually, I found out that this guy is one of the narcs enablers. Ooh, yep. Once I have somebody on their team, a lot of people don't see the toxicity. And Chris says, I would rather heal from it rather than cause more destruction. And how did you react to your divorce? Was it like, okay, well, fine, move on? Or how did you react? And what part of the divorce upset you? That she wasn't there, if you got upset. Or the money. Survivor of what? Narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships. Also, I'm a burn victim, so that counts too. I caught on fire at my 5th birthday party. 55% of my body was badly burnt. I was in the hospital for like several months. Chris says, I'd rather heal from it. Cleve says, it's unfathomable how these narcs poison so many people. Just my observance. Yeah. And they usually target the one closest to them. Percentage of my body burnt. It looks way better. It was, technically, the way they do it, it was 55%. But I look pretty good for, they were 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Yeah. JQ, I was at my birthday party and we were having a barbecue. The only reason we had a barbecue because my parents were super strict. The only time we could have potato chips is if we ate outside where we had a picnic. So that's all I wanted. I wanted potato chips. Didn't care if it was peanut butter and jelly. So they decided to have this barbecue. And I walk up, my brother walks up, my dad's telling us to go sit down. Of course, my brother listens and I don't. They're going through using like an entire thing of lighter fluid, would not light. And eventually it exploded and I had a fire retardant dress on because that was the type of fabric that they used back then. So it melted onto me instead of burning off. So my hair was burned. I have like scars up here when they were rolling me out, that my head was being hit against a tree. And, you know, what part and how long to heal? Several months. I don't know if you guys can see. I have scars like, this is a surgery scar. I have it like right here. I have up in here, here. You can't really see it as much, but here was like from me going like this. Part of my lip, which really, you have to look really, but up in here, a little bit down here. I'm real lucky my ear didn't crumble. And then it's hard to see now. It happened in 1975. I'm 54 years old. So I was kind of like reddish pink for a while. My scars were not quite blood red, but it was interesting too. Right here, when I would tan, this part kind of stayed white and it would look like the outline of the United States. It was really kind of cool. But the most traumatic part of that burn was me saying, I got born. And they're like, you were born? Because my mom was from the Netherlands and I kind of picked up her accent. So So sorry that you've gone through such a painful experience. I'm sure you're getting ghost pains at times. After the surgery, they put expander. It's called the Rativan expander. They put one here and here underneath my skin. And they had to use a caulking gun to get, it's like a balloon bag and kind of looks like a breast implant almost. And then it has like a tube with a disc. And in that disc is a metal shield, and then they inject. So that metal shield stops the syringe from going through further. And then the pressure goes through that tube and into the balloon to stretch the skin. It was 4 months to stretch the skin. And that's the real pain that I went through. So yeah, mostly my torso and my head. Your name is Ken from Minnesota. I am doing good. Good to have you here. That calling is very 19. Oh, the ceiling is very 1990. Yeah, I know. And yes, I am alive. That is what matters. So I just moved in this house in April. You were born in 1976, so you're a 70s baby too. Sup. Good to have you here. So Cleve says, Chris, so sorry you're going through what I went through months past. However, I'm learning how to navigate around these narcs. So yeah, if we can try not to hurt people, to self-reflect, because this is the thing, Chris, if you can learn not to destroy other people's lives, in turn, you're going to lead yourself to a better life too. The land of fire and ice. Yes, John, you are correct. So Jakey says, wow, I'm glad you heard so well. That's an amazing story. I'm very lucky. I am very, very lucky that my ears didn't crumble. Sometimes your nose can crumble too because it's cartilage. It's not as dense. And the scars are kind of minimal. They're not too bad. I had to have surgery though. It was like a string of scars up and down here. My armpit wouldn't indent. It kind of puffed out because I got so tall, and it was really tight. It was like tugging. Felt like it was about to rip. So that's why I had those. And so have I ever been to Iceland before? I have not. And I am super excited. So Sarah's going with us. Hopefully you can go too. But yes, travel group. Our first trip will be March 28th through April 3rd. And I'm trying to keep it pretty reasonably priced. There are payment plans. And we're going. We are going. Kalibi says, I am seeing these experiences with the narcs as lesson learned. And I'm still learning more tricks how to avoid them. So what lessons have you learned? Have you learned some lessons? A lot of it is staying away, setting up our boundaries, coming to cooking shows. What's my next meal that I'm going to make? I defrosted more chicken. Do you guys want more turkey recipes for your leftover Thanksgiving? Next weekend, Sarah hopefully will come. I'll get a little creative with some more desserts and things like that. This weekend, I don't know. Maybe I'll break down and make that lasagna. And I'll share the recipe. Food. I will make some food. I do have some cool recipes, which are like secret recipes from like different restaurants. You love lasagna. Yeah. I'll have to make it. My friend's grandma, she made it with olives. I'm like, no, that was like perfect. And then you add olives. Oh my goodness. Let's be appropriate. So there are definitely lessons learned, you know, and we're going to keep repeating those same lessons until we learn them. Let me let my dog out, guys. Just right there. You want to go potty? All right, guys, I'm back. The thing with Dixie is she likes to go outside because she thinks she's going to get food. She probably doesn't have to go to the bathroom. Am I a loop or do I drink Maxwell? What does that mean? A loop. What is a loop? Do I teach cooking professionally then? Yes, I do, because I will probably make 24 cents off of this live stream. So, no, I do not teach professionally. This is just my own little brain thinking how to make this. Like I said, I've only taste tested maybe 3 bites. And I had this with like a chocolate. I made some little chocolate dessert. So don't spend it all in one place. I know it's so funny. It's like, you're like, oh my gosh, I made 6 cents today. Like I'm monetized. So I have had some really nice gifts though from like donations on TikTok and even on YouTube. There is a place that you guys can tip the creators. And also Debbie sent me a really nice kitchen gadget that I need to decide what I'm going to make with that. What was it that I was thinking I could have used it for? So she suggested when I made like the apple crisp, strawberries. How some people like, what is the word? Is it pureed, emaciated? I don't know what they call it. But like macerated? What's the right word? But yes, Jakey, I'm trying to save it. Cleve says, in fact, today I forgot something at my place. I was ready to drive off and I went back to my place. These 2 narcs I saw coming out of the elevator. I knew they were just about to follow me. I just gave them a sheepish smile and let them know I know what they were doing. Yeah, sometimes, I'm on to you. So yeah, sometimes we can kind of give them the glance, like stay away. Jakey says, yeah, did you do an Amazon wish list? Oh, a lot of creators have one for tipping. So you guys help me. I got to write that down. No. Is that how they do it? Oh, I love that. Okay, I will write that down. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Amazon wish list. I like that. Oh my gosh. I've never done one. So Amazon wish list. Oh, that would make me so happy. Yeah, I will do that. Thank you for that. And then just what? Do the creators just tell you, or is there a link that they share? Thank you for that. Great idea. Hi. Oh, your hotspot died. I was wondering where you went. Good to have you back. You have an Amazon wish list. I'm over $800. So what do you mean? The things that you want are $800 total? Kalibi says, I feel bad for these narcs. They're so mentally deranged that they have this obsession. Good. It's on them and not me. Okay. So what kind of obsession is it that you're seeing? The ones that in your, sometimes either they don't care or they won't let things go. And when they don't let things go, you gotta really watch it. If they discard you and move on, you're a lot safer than when they want revenge. Jakey says, if you share a link, then people can order things and it feels more personal, like they know they are buying stuff you actually want. Thank you for sharing that. I'll have to do that this weekend. Yes, I'm in hot water, Cleary. I hate it. The obsession is stalking me and other people in my building. Sometimes it's just boredom. They just like messing. Chris says, I feel sorry for me and other victims, for mine and other victims. How would you feel apologizing to them? My dog back in? Come on, good pup. Mickey. Because there are times that a narcissist will apologize. Sometimes they will. But a lot of times they don't change the behavior. Eva says, no, I did not call places today. I already know what is out there. Nothing. I have been doing this a while now. Those hotlines are just there to make people feel better for handing them out. There are no real resources on the other end. Yeah. You know, one thing you could do is go to ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT, okay, and say, I live in such and such, and I'm, you know, whatever year-old female, and I need help, and give me suggestions on who to call or how to get low-income housing. Like, you can use AI to your advantage. You can type in the right kind of prompts, and it will give you some really good information. That's my suggestion. Do that. Say, I feel I've exhausted all opportunities. Get creative for me and tell me where to go, how to get help. Will you try that? And tell me what your findings are. So Kenna says, we all have a story. If you, depends on how we tell it. Yeah, good point. Also how we perceive it. You know, some things are blessings. Some things are devastating. Some people are more sensitive. Some people don't care. Like, they'll laugh it off. What do you want, honey? You want some of this? So yes, we all definitely do have a story to tell. And that's why they were talking, I mentioned yesterday about the military people who have gone off to war, where 80% do not get the PTSD. Those are usually the ones that are from like a more mentally healthy standpoint, less trauma in their childhood, and 20% they do come back with that CPTSD or PTSD. A lot of times have childhood trauma and it just gets triggered. I cry sometimes. Kenneth, what makes you cry? And it's okay to cry. I cry too. Men and women cry. There's nothing wrong with that. What is it that makes you cry though? Kalibi says it was fun. It was funny looking at two narcs taking their walk this afternoon. I quietly uttered birds of a feather. Yep, they were sticking together, that's for sure. And Eva says they will pass you around from hotline to hotline. I've done it. They will tell you 211, there is not any local housing opened. I spent every day at a shelter. So thank goodness there is a shelter. How are things in that household where you're at right now? So Jakey says, this is my first time watching you. You are a born teacher or mentor, is a better word for it, I think. Thank you. So my day job is a teacher. My night job is a mentor. How's that? A little bit of both. So feel free to subscribe so you can get notified of when I go live, or that notification bell helps too and helps grow the channel. But yeah, I'd love to see you guys on that Iceland trip. I also learned that when I encounter these narcs, Kalibi says, when they're in the hallway or elevator, I'm able to not show any kind of reaction. I smile and go on my way. And that's good. You know, kind of like indifference. You're not giving them any fuel to the fire, and letting them know you don't bother me. Even if you do, keep that poker face. It was funny looking at birds of a feather. And that's the thing too, like, good point though, how you said birds of a feather. Sometimes when we meet someone, if we kind of know what their friends are like, the company that they keep, you're a product of the 5 people that you're around the most. And sometimes too, we think we're immune to certain things. A lot of times you fall prey to it. There's peer pressure, or You know, sometimes if you have like a drink or two, you could become in a weakened state and give in to other things. Also, the energy levels, anxiety, anger, and you're good. Aw, okay. I know. And crying is a release. Crying is a release. So, um, but Eva says they are horrible. I would rather spend my efforts to find my dog Stella someone who will love her. Yeah, I know, Eva, you're going through a hard time. Sister says eating broccoli and rice. Well, I'm eating spinach pie. And I actually like broccoli. Is it white rice? What kind of rice? Cleve says, I'm sure I could see and feel their frustration of me not reacting to them. I am also practicing being stoic. Yep, and that's part of the lesson that we need to learn. There's a Dixie do. Hi, Dixie. You're so good. You're still a tough guy. And, you know, it's hard on guys where, you know, you feel that you have to be tough. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I'll still care about you either way. But I get it. Like society is hard on women, but they're also hard on men. And Eva says, flyer. I love the stoic guy. Heck yeah. So there you go. You got to be stoic. The only thing with this deliciousness, this flaky crust, is it's hard eating online because I feel like I'm being messy. Mm-mm. So if you guys make this, it's so good. My suggestion is just a little sprinkle of salt on top because that really adds to it. You can find lessons on how to be stoic on here on YouTube. Or you can give me a topic request and I'll make one. I'm just teasing. But I do take topic requests. Yeah, it's like a skill you got to learn, you know. All right, we'll give Dixie a little bit more of my. You know what this reminds me of? All right, so here you can see my bowl. You know what that reminds me of? These little flakes remind me of kind of like large size fish food. They're super thin. There's a lot of good resources on YouTube. Chris says, yeah, you do have to practice it and not to get triggered. And that's why, you know, even getting back on track, being happy again, we have to practice it. So look in the mirror, wink at yourself and say, you matter to me and I care. Practice that self-love and smile. We had to practice smiling, fake it till you make it. And it becomes kind of a little bit more second nature. Kalibi says, being indifferent and stoic are good practices to protect yourself against these emotional vampires. Yes. And we have to learn, you know, when is it time to kind of walk away, give space. The thing with narcissism is they do have triggers. We have triggers, but they make these stories up in their mind, or we don't react the right way because we're reacting to all the lies that they told. So we're on two different realities. Chris says, do you think the same strategies would work for someone who is a narcissist? What do you mean? The same strategies for healing, or let me know exactly what you mean for someone. What would the narcissist want? Covert, grandiose, over vulnerable. So Cleve says, yes, Chris, try learning to be stoic. So if you can be stoic, where let's say your ex-wife, you guys are still married and she was nagging at you, instead of reacting, calling her names, throwing little temper tantrums or running away or kicking her out, that you just maintain composure. So yeah, Chris says positive affirmations. But we want to make sure that our positive affirmations are to build us up, not to give us a big head. Because I know I believe it was you that was saying that going to a therapist is to make you feel special. So we don't want to be delusional with ourselves, such as like, I am a good singer, but for me to like sit there and go, I'm a race car driver. I'm not a race car driver. I could kill myself if I got in a car accident, not being safe. So you are welcome, Ken. I'm Kenneth. It's probably difficult. So it says, great job. You've gone live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break, but I'm going to keep on talking. So Jakey says, yes, weekend state leads to anxiety, anger, or for me, cookies. You got that comfort eating. What's your favorite kind of cookie? I would have run away. Well, I think that's why I went. But yeah, I avoided confrontation because I assumed my needs were unimportant. And that's that vulnerable child. Like when your mom had said to keep the peace at all costs, like your needs didn't matter in that instance. So these are these little core things that pop up. Chocolate chips. So chocolate chips would be really good in this. I've made it that way before. So a little bit of Nutella and chocolate chips. I almost did one with the chocolate chips. That'd be good. Chris says, but maybe that was me being cruel and assuming the worst intentions. It's not being fair. It's like the projecting to where your wife could have been wonderful, but you have assumptions like she's going to bitch me out or she's not going to listen. You didn't give her the opportunity. So we have to give people opportunities. Chocolate chips. Debbie says, I got a red flag from my son before. It left me uncomfortable. He thinks he's entitled to everything. So growing up, did he get everything? Are there times that we have overcompensated too? We have to look at that to where he's used to it. Maybe he feels entitled because of that too. A lot of times we want what's best for our kids and sometimes we overgive. So what do you think? Kalibi says, though narcs knew what evil deeds they were subjecting people around them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't realize. They're just in their own little world doing their own little thing. But there are a lot of times they know. And Chris says, yep. And it's amazing when you start looking at things like that fits into place. Like, holy smokes. Oh, chocolate chip is my favorite type of cookie. Pretty much. That's good. I'm having more, guys. Look at that. Oh. Chocolate chip. What else do I like? Sometimes I like brownie kind of cookies. Oh, and I told you, a little bit of salt on top. Little bit of salt. It's just the perfect touch. And thank you, Debbie. That is perfect with the cheese on top. It's kind of funny, but the cookies don't matter. The cookies do matter. They do matter. I agree. And I'm going to be having some Christmas cookies coming up. Look what I bought for you guys. Got my little Santa apron. Can't wear it till after Thanksgiving, but it is ready to go for you. And Dixie, this is the best part. Is it good? I'll give you a big chunk. Give Dixie some food. Stay. Hold on. There you go. All right, fed the dog. Dogs like spinach pie, just so you know. So Calibri is asking Chris, are you a narcissist? Chris, just asking. So I'll let Chris go ahead and answer that. But the cookies do matter. And Facebook's super quiet, but I see you guys there. Mm-hmm. Do you guys usually have leftover turkey? Do you guys make meals with your leftover turkey? So Chris says the best way that I can answer that. Mm. 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 There you go. Cookies matter. You're right. So, Calibri, thank you for that. Um, so Chris is answering honestly about Calibri's question, are you a narcissist? And he goes, looking back, Chris says, I have many elements of NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And Calibri was very kind because, when people are trying to heal or understand themselves, we got to give them a chance. And Calibri says, if you are, I appreciate you taking your time in understanding us. And that's where the dual empathy goes. Chris says, I can point to histrionic, antisocial, and borderline traits as well. Debbie says, my son said that I'm a rat and he doesn't trust me. I guess that extra money he wanted just went out the window. Is he saying he can't trust you to send the money? And a lot of times, too, that's like a control thing to make you feel bad, to make you question who you are, to be like, no, I am a good person. No, you can't trust me. Here you go. So it is a manipulation tactic. And we don't have to fall for it. So thank you, Chris, for noticing. I have problematic attitudes towards women. And I think a lot of that's because of your mother. She just wanted to keep the peace. So it's like, yeah, we had a peaceful household. And this is where it gets confusing. Like, why are they a narcissist? They had a peaceful household. They had a peaceful household because they were people pleasers and unable to express themselves. And that causes, sometimes low self-esteem or survival modes. And Kenneth says, that was Kenneth saying the naughty, naughty, unless you just mean cookies. So Chris says, I can trace it back to childhood. I have dumped all of my girlfriends, 8 of them. How long did they last? I know you said your marriage was about 8 years. Debbie says he was trying to give me a guilt trip that backfired. Yeah. It's like, yep, okay, not going to work. So, smart woman. Dixie, did you eat your food too? Oh, she loves this stuff. You want more? All right. So Dixie's going to have this. Is it good? It is good. Gentle stay. All right, here you go. Gentle, gentle. All right. She better not get sick on that, though. Most of them like 12 months. Okay. But you did have like an 8-year marriage and a 4-year long distance relationship. So there are times that they can have long relationships. On average, are they usually that long? Not usually. I'm enjoying hanging out with the chat. We love having you here. And I do go live pretty much nightly. It's 1 o'clock. Oh, I got to work in the morning. Dang it. I stayed up till 3:30 yesterday watching the election stuff. And then I doom scrolled till 4:30. I got 2 hours of sleep. That's probably why my head's starting to hurt. Debbie says he's 34 going on 17. Watch out, too much spinach for dogs. High in fiber. Oh my gosh. Now you tell me. Chris, thank you, Debbie. Chris says, and I blame my mom for a lot of my issues. And there's times we have to let go. You know, mom might have been really trying to just keep a peaceful household, and she might not have done it the right way. So, yeah, it's hard. And she enabled you a lot. You let your mom take care of you too much. So with your wife, did you kind of, or your girlfriends, did you want like a mother figure? Hello, hello. Good to have you here. We are eating my homemade spinach pie, the recipe I just made up today. I hate spinach, but I craved it today. So, and the only reason I had it, spinach in my, and the ricotta cheese. I never buy that stuff, but I had ricotta cheese and spinach from my grandma's lasagna that I've been wanting to make for you guys. So now I got to go back to the store. And, we got some trauma coming through on pop-ups. Cleaver says, it took me almost 20 years to identify my first narcissist. And after that, I've met several in my building. He's talking about his apartment building. Learning about the subtleties of narcissism helps me so much in navigating around them. And Chris says, I think I did a fair job in my marriage. Yeah. And it sounds like if you were able to last that long. Jakey says, ha ha ha, Santa's little helper apron. Isn't that cute? I thought it was cute. And my mama said there'd be days like this. Your mama was right. So Dog Defender is popping in with some big situation, so she couldn't come in. Debbie says, remember the Halloween candy and what a deal it was? It was stale. You got your money back. My tutor called me too and told me about the sale. So I told her, go ahead and spend $20. I'll give you $20 tomorrow. So she bought $20 worth of that candy. It was stale. Ay. Now you tell me. I just told her that like 3 o'clock today. Chris says, but I think perhaps I have done well in life because I have had that support. And also I haven't had to really lead in life on my own. Ooh, I haven't had to really lead in life on my own. Are you with someone else? Thank you for the follow. Which is why I'm so scared about the future since, hold on, Chris says, which is why I'm so scared about the future since at me being middle-aged, I will need to lead in work and life. My friends and family have been there. Yeah, there's a time we have to learn how to survive on our own. We never know what's going to happen, how long our friends and family will be there. If we can rely on them, they might have the traumas. They might need to lean on us. So, yeah. But my family have started to pass away. Yeah, and as we get older, we start to realize those things. And that's why it's good to continually, invest in people, meet new people, and not to just isolate. Because there's going to be a time you're going to need someone. So guys, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I will say one more time that we have that trip planned for Iceland, March 28th through April 3rd. I hope you guys can join us. And just let me know, comment on the video, and we'll get some more information to you guys. Sleep well, and tomorrow's a new day. Kenneth, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. And it is okay to cry. Crying helps us heal. And all right, so I'm going to sign off. Chris says, yeah, my current plan is to get my housemate to find somewhere to live on his own. Yep, take the time to, save up a little bit of money, get your foundation ready. And if I have to sell my house, then I'll do that. So, yep, one step at a time. Kalibi says, have a restful sleep, Cynthia. Nice chat, everyone. Thanks. So, yes, it was a good chat tonight, and I'll see you in the next video. Topic requests are welcome. One-on-ones are available. And have a good night. Good to see everyone. Pizza. Oh, real deal. Oh, my gosh, real deal. Good night, Debbie. Real deal. We'll be live again tomorrow. I'm sorry we're logging off. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and I have school tomorrow. All right. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Real deal.